My name's Paul Parker Goadsby. I'm 46 and 3 years ago I thought it'd be fun to become a farmer. Arthritis in my knee says otherwise. Why Daisy's woodland chicken? I did actually, when I first came up with the concept, as a graphic designer, obviously doing logos, doing websites is the easy thing for me to get started. So I did originally call it Dorset woodland chicken, but it was very geographical. So I thought of a generic country term, and I was just thinking of Daisy the cow. And it was simple as that. Something that wouldn't limit it to a certain geography. But as it happens, we're still in Dorset and we plan to stay in Dorset. Now if you go back, I can remember having a conversation when I was 12 with my dad. I wanted to be a farmer, and he was quite happy he said, I'll send you off to Kingston Moor College in Dorchester. Well, I didn't know where Dorchester was, and I didn't know where Kingston Moor was. And along the way it got lost, and I ended up going to art college and doing photography. But in about 2001, I think, were repeats of this program called River Cottage, and it just struck a chord with me really. Probably about 7-8 years after I saw them, I ended up renting a cottage near Dorchester, between Dorchester and Bridport, on a country estate, a little thatched place, with a view to living my life more self-sufficient, and just sort of more natural, more relaxed, less pressure. But I don't know what it is about me, but I just, as soon as I started with I had egg chickens, but then I wanted to grow meat, so I got some table chickens, and the only place I could put them on the estate was in some woodland, and they thrived there, and then people in the village wanted to buy them, and then I started making chicken sausages, and my mind just started racing off with ideas of grandeur and big ideas and expanding. It took a while after that before we got to actually making a little business of it, not till 2013, so some 4 or 5 years after. And that kind of brings us to here really. It all began just killing once a month 50 chickens and turning them into chicken sausages and taking them to farmers markets. And I do remember actually feeling quite smug satisfaction when I turned up for my first Bridport farmers market, which I'd seen so many times on the River Cottage series. And they went down a storm, and I could sell chicken sausages till the cows come home. But where we are at the minute, I don't have any facilities to make them myself, so I wasn't making any profit by paying other people to make the sausages and then selling them on. So we've stopped that, and we were just doing whole chickens, and demand is outstripping supply. So we kill 125 a week for farm shops, butchers and top restaurants in the county. Kingston Moor College, when I moved to near Dorchester, I'd always had my eye on the smallholders course. It was something that was of interest to me, and it wasn't something I was going to be able to do until I moved. And as soon as I moved to Dorset, I went on the smallholders course. That was just a wonderful sort of, it was an evening course, a few hours one evening a week, and it was just a wonderful insight to a general plethora of agricultural things, whether it be pigs, sheep, cattle, and it was both practical and theory, and it was just a good eye-opener really of what you needed to know. It's November, first bit of rain, first light gust of wind, tree falls over. Normally not a problem, because if a tree falls down in the woods and you're not there to see it and all that, but it took the fence down. So today's plans have gone a bit awry, but the chickens love it. It's always helped, these situations always helped when your chainsaw won't start. And then when it does start, you wedge it between two pieces of wood you're trying to cut up. Feed, it's a poultry grower parrot. It's about 15% protein, although a more commercial chicken grower will use closer to 20%, and it's all about getting to grow as quickly as possible. I go for a lower protein. The birds take longer, as I say, they take about 70 days, which is 10 weeks plus, so the minimum will be 10 weeks old. And flavour comes with age. If you don't have the age, you don't have the flavour, you don't have the texture, and then you get that mushy chicken. You get an indoor reared chicken to the same size of one of mine, they can do it in 35 days. So just to give you an indication, 5 weeks. So these are twice as old as one of them. Standard free range chickens are in the sort of 54-day range. And as I say, we've gone for the environment that suits the chicken best, woodlands, and we grow them longer to make the most of them. This is a 2-week-old, very feisty little chick. So he's 2 weeks old today. In fact, he arrived 2 weeks ago. Been under heat. Start off at 34 degrees and reduce it sort of 1 degree every other day as they start to feather. So his wing feathers are coming now. He's grown quite a lot. He's probably tripled in size in that first couple of weeks. So obviously they're still inside until they're feathered at 4 weeks. In here are 220 chicks. So maximum in this shed would be a sort of 275 we put in here. These are Hubbard 757s. So this is the slowest growing strain, Hubbard being the maker, if you like the brand, 757 being the strain. They're the slowest growing sort of commercial meat breed. So these will take 70 plus days to grow into a decent sized chicken, 1.8 kilos upwards. And if he's a boy, you know, he'll go to over 2 kilos in the same time. Just a bit of disinfectant on the sheet really, just to, it's been done, but I'd just like to be doubly sure. So chick paper, young chicks like young dogs have soft joints, and the straw can be quite slidey for them when they're so small. So the chick paper is something you put down that just helps them grip while they're young. Within 24-48 hours it breaks up and just disappears into the bedding. So it just gives them, you know, while they're treading down all the bedding really, because if you come back like in a few hours, all this loose bedding will be quite compact where they just walk up and down on it, even though they're tiny. If I lose any, I can mark it off, and when I take the slaughter I mark it off, and at the end, if there's a deficit, I can see how many have been taken by buzzards and the like. It's probably the biggest predator really. When the chicks are quite small, 4 weeks, come outside, they're very easy for a buzzard to pick off. Highs and lows, oh there have been many. Highs this year, we were winners of the Taste of Dorset Awards 2016 Best Meat Producer, which was a wonderful honour, and we were finalists last year and then we won it this year, and that was really something great. I'm very proud that we won that. Lows, the inevitable problem with keeping chickens before you even keeping them in woodland, which doesn't help. Foxes, we've had 2 fox strikes, usually when overnight a deer has brought down the fence, and they've come in when I haven't noticed, late afternoon, and but they'll kill 60 chickens in a go. So it's something we work very hard with the fencing to keep them out, and touch wood, we won't have any more. Just experimenting here with 100 egg-laying chickens. Again, as soon as my current customers found out I was going to do some eggs, demand is high, so I've probably sold everything we're going to produce over the next 12 months. And again, they just absolutely love the woods. It's a perfect environment for them. Gives them plenty to do, keeps them outside, roaming around all day. A way of expanding is also to add more products. Someone in business once told me. So we're looking at guinea fowl, so a bit of an experiment. A bird that loves woodland environment. Nobody locally doing it, very few people in England doing it at all. Favoured by gastropubs and restaurants, and I think possibly a growing market for us. I've got 15 to try, and that could turn into 1500, who knows.